I've been trying to build a business for years, and I can tell you that the one thing that kept me stuck for so long really was the idea of charging money. I felt so uncomfortable about it, and I was thinking, who would pay for my skills? Who would pay for my knowledge? The idea of getting people to pay me just used to freak me out. Not only just to receive the money, but also the idea of having to deliver results, having to actually give people the value of what they paid for. I didn't feel legit enough to charge money, and I used to feel so guilty about it. Now I'm in a place where I've actually started a business and I'm charging people high ticket prices, and I feel very comfortable about it because I feel confident about it. And so in this video, I'd like to share a little bit the process of switching from the beliefs that I had at the time to where I am now, and also understanding the guilt that I was feeling at the time, so that maybe if you're in this situation, you can understand a little bit better about what you're feeling, and also understanding that this is normal. And so I hope you find it valuable. And if you feel uncomfortable about the idea of charging money, this video is definitely for you. So the first thing is your relationship with money and work. And that was huge for me. I've always had jobs that I actually hated. And so I've always made money in a way that didn't feel good to me, by forcing myself to do it, or by just grinding and just hating what I was doing basically. And so the idea of working so hard and doing something you hate in order to get enough money to pay your bills is something that can be very difficult to reshape later, once you maybe are starting a business that you actually enjoy, doing things that you enjoy, having an impact in the world, or like starting your coaching business that you actually enjoy. And so the idea of making money from doing something you like is very weird, when you're not used to it, and when you're used to working so hard on something you hate in order to get there. There was also the guilt for me of thinking, hey, but so many people are suffering, so many people don't have money, and so many people actually hate their jobs so much. And so who am I to actually make a lot of money, and who am I to enjoy what I'm doing and get paid for it? And so looking back now, I think, there was definitely an identity shift and a belief shift. Now I think that it's okay to make a lot of money, because I like to say that the more money I have in my hands, the better it is for the planet, because I know my intentions and I know how I'm going to use money in a way that will serve other people and create things that will impact the world in a good way. And so I feel like I've unlocked this belief for myself, where I know now that the more money I welcome, the better it is for myself, because I'm, of course, going to be more aligned, more comfortable, better if I have money than if I don't, but also for the world is going to impact people in a great way. The other way I worked on myself in order to come across that guilt and these beliefs were to actually realize that I was allowed to do something I love and to get paid for it. And that took a little bit of time, because it's really hard. Like when you have this habit of, working a job you hate and then getting paid for it, and then you do something you love, like it can really be difficult. But like just giving yourself permission and saying, hey, but like money at the end of the day is it's an exchange of value. If someone pays me, it means that I need to give them value. But it really comes down to self-worth and to thinking, hey, but I'm valuable, I've been through things, I know things. And so it's okay to actually enjoy the work of helping other people and getting paid for it. One of the mistakes that I made at the very start, I think, was to try and charge too much too fast. I remember having my coaching program at 1,500 euros, so that's like $2,000. And I had never made €1 online before. And so for me, that was a massive mountain. And I was in a business coaching program at the time that was telling me that I need to put my prices high, otherwise people won't take it seriously and all that. And there was a part of me that really wanted to, to feel abundant and to actually be comfortable with the idea of charging a lot. I think emotionally I was ready to welcome the money. I had done the first part of the work that was like accepting money from doing something you love, accepting the abundance. But just like emotionally, the idea of charging $1,500 for something that, I had never tested on other people before, and knowing that I had never made €1 online before, it felt so uncomfortable to me. And so it was really hard at the time. And I what I did is I decided to charge way lower, and this is how I got my first couple of clients. And now I'm charging these prices, but now it feels natural because I have the experience, I have the conviction, I have the confidence that I can actually deliver results for people, and also that my work is valuable, that my offer is valuable. And so, there can be a lot of guilt as well from this, because the idea of getting, it's not even just like saying the price to someone, hey, like the program is $1,500, that's scary. But also the idea of people trusting you and helping people get to a specific outcome, and having to carry that responsibility, on your shoulders. This is where the guilt of charging a lot of money can come from as well. And so, honestly, like, I would never be where I am today if I didn't manage to, start charging very, very low. Like the first client that I had, it was like the first offer that I had was like $60 for a month. And then I went to $100, and then I went to 200, and then to 500, then to 800, then to 1,000. And that's how I made my way up to high ticket. And I think it's good not to work for free at the beginning, but doing it gradually and starting low, but starting to charge money. Even your first euro is going to feel different. And that really, really helped me because it was less of a big jump, right? I didn't have to jump in the cold water straight away. I could just go gradually. And I made my first euro, and then a little bit more. And then I saw my client was starting to get results. And so I felt more comfortable about it. The main part in all of this is that when I started out, the idea of charging money felt so uncomfortable to me, like felt so bad, and I felt so guilty for it. Is also because I couldn't see my own value. I was so much in my own head. And, at the time I was chatting with AI, and I was building websites and trying to find the clarity before I started. And it's very hard when you're in your own head and that you're not yet working with clients or speaking to your audience in any way. It's very hard to see your own value and your own skills. And for me, like, that happened with two of my skills, which, like, the first one is business skills, like making money online from your own skills or passions. And the second one that I really care and that I use right now in my business is alignment. Like, how can you be aligned in what you do and feel ethical and feel the right sense of that your actions are matching your values and all that. And like, I didn't see alignment as a skill at the time. I was like, hey, I could never sell alignment. And I even thought this about business. I was like, hey, yes, I managed to make my first euro online, but who would trust me? Because I don't have that much experience. Like, your brain is really good at telling you things, right? And alignment for me was not tangible at all. I was just like, nobody will buy alignment from me. Nobody will want to get to that result. And now I can see that I didn't believe it was valuable at the time because I already had it. But it's not because you're comfortable wearing a red jumper, or it's not because you're comfortable jumping on calls or speaking English or just starting a conversation that everyone else is. Like, a lot of the time we don't see our own skills, we don't see our own potential, our own values. And this is why, like, the idea of charging for it is like, hey, but if I can do this, anyone can do this. And I think this is a self-worth issue because we tend to underestimate what we know, who we are, our story, our experiences, what we've learned along the way, and our skills. And it's a shame, because if you knew how much of the things that you have within you that you could charge for, at the end of the day, you just need a couple of things that are valuable, and you package this into an offer and you sell it, right? And this is why, for me, working with a mentor, working with someone really helped me so much, because I was able to hear from someone else, hey, but this is valuable. Business is valuable. Alignment is valuable. Like, what you've achieved here is valuable. And so many people wish they achieved this. And so this is when you see that something's valuable and you can help people with it. So I would really encourage you, not even like to work with a mentor or coach if you don't want to, but even just to get out there and start talking with people, and even just doing free coaching, just asking questions, engaging with people in communities, and seeing like when people are struggling with something, just trying to start a conversation, inviting them on a call and asking them questions and coaching them, because you're going to see how much of what you have is valuable. And you're going to realize at some point, hey, but I'm actually really good at this. Like, I'm really good at getting people to feel better about themselves after an hour, you know, to love themselves. Or I'm really good at um, getting people to like find more clarity about their love relationship. Like after talking to me, they realize that they're not in the right relationship. Or, you know, like you're going to realize that you have certain skills that you don't even realize you might have right now because they seem obvious to you. And that was huge for me. And now I realize that most of my clients are here for the business side of things and alignments, things that I never thought I could charge for. And the way I changed these beliefs within me were to actually take action, chat with people, and then realize through the process that a lot of my skills and experiences were valuable. And I don't want you to think that you don't have anything valuable to sell, that you don't have any skills or whatever that you could sell, because this is not true. Like, I do not believe that anyone on earth has nothing to sell. Like, your experience, your story, your skills are worth millions. You just don't know it yet, and you just need to learn how to package them right. And I wish I knew this earlier, because I would have started my business way earlier. I think the biggest realization that I'm having now about the guilt that I was feeling back then is that there was nothing wrong with me. It just means that I was a very ethical person who cares a lot about doing things right and helping people and building a business that feels aligned with me and with other people, so that I could serve the world in a better way. And I'm proud right now to think that, hey, I had this guilt, because that allowed me to build something that was true to me, that was right, that felt aligned. And if you feel this right now, it's a good thing. Trust me, it's a good thing, because the amount of people who build things that don't feel aligned or ethical to them, and they just, you know, push past it and then end up 10 years later thinking, hey, I did never wanted to build this. You know, like the amount of people who feel this is insane. And so if you feel this guilt and this then it is a good thing, and so you can be proud of yourself. And if you feel uncomfortable about charging, or if you feel like there are blocks, you know, that are preventing you from to get from where you are to actually building your business and charging the money that you truly deserve to charge, feel free to book a call with me. I could maybe discuss this with you, and maybe you could get some more clarity and reassurance that maybe this is possible for you too. So feel free to book a call down below, and thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.